Hey guys, welcome back. Check it out, man. We're out here working on a butcher block style table. We're putting it together in sections. Got number 1, number 2, we got to get number 3, and then we'll finish it out. So like back, everything else around here, we started out there at the mill with some full logs. Then we kiln dried some big cans and resawed them into these 2.5 by 2.5 long cans. It's the same thing we're using over there on our art project. Then the next step was to run them all through the planer to get them to be exactly the same in thickness and width. And that's where we are right now. Let's get over here and get this thing done. So the key to these things is consistency, guys. And you can see I've already taken time to cut and plane a bunch of these blocks the exact same size. We've got a little template block that we used to match everything to perfectly. So let me get this one taken apart and we'll set up, and I'll show you exactly how we glue up the third piece before we put them all together. Hey guys, welcome back. Say hi to YouTube. YouTube, say hello to Snapchat.
Figured I'd show everybody on YouTube how to make a butcher block tabletop. Let's do it.
Boom. All right. So the first thing you're going to notice, guys, is that we've got this set up on a piece of paper because we're just gluing it right on top of the table. It'll make it a lot easier to clean up and move on to the next one. We've already got our blocks all set up. So basically, we'll just get this thing laid out. We'll get this one out of the way and get it going. All right, so here's how this is going to work. We're going to start with our blocks. We'll get some cut, make sure the ends are perfectly squared up, and we're just going to get random sizes here, random lengths. But we want to make sure we've got a good square edge. And we're just going to go ahead and cut them into some random lengths right now, which actually makes it a lot easier to work with these. When they get a little twist in them, the shorter you cut them, the easier it is to glue them all up over there. All right, and we're going to get started here by just setting a couple of them up right up against this curb that we've set up here. We just want random lengths. It's kind of like building a brick wall. You don't want any of the joints to break in the same spot. And we've already established a point right here on the table, a mark that we've made that's longer than the actual final table length. Just like anything else, we'll make it bigger than we need, glue it all up, and then cut it to the actual size. We just keep filling it in, making sure we've got good square edges, and we're working towards our final length here. And we've already established that this is going to be the bottom when it's all said and done, so we're putting all these imperfections up right now. So we've got our 6 rows established. It's just a matter of running it all the way out now. We're mixing up the colors as well. We've got some of these with streaks, and some of them are a little more clear than others. right, so that's about all there is to it, guys. Next, we'll get on our gloves and get the glue out. All right, guys, so here's how this is going to work. We're going to build this thing like a brick wall, and we'll use the glue as our mortar. First row right here is going to flip down just like this, and we'll run a bead of glue, catch all the ends, and then we'll build it. Once we get it stacked up, we lay it back down and clamp it all together. I want to make sure everything's laid out and ready to go. Got our clamps ready, our gloves, and our glue. And then we start the whole process of getting these glued up. All right, let's do it. Each time we're just pushing it tight that way to hold it for now. Another row. That gets it. Two more rows, guys. All right, so we got all of that stacked, just like a brick wall, guys. We're gonna flip it down, push it tight to this side, clamp it up. Oh, let's do it. Now we're going to push it all tight to the curb, making sure every row is pushing tight. And we'll start right down here with a clamp. As we clamp this, we're going to push down, making sure all of these are lining up. Looking good. And we're setting the clamp right at every seam. We'll be running these through the planer again before we glue the next three up. But we want to keep them as tight as we can at this point. We'll end up with clamps about every 10 inches or so. And now it's just a matter of going down the line and tightening all of these off. We're just going to let that set up, and then we'll come back and run them all through the planer next. All right, so this glue's clearly had time to set up. Move on to the next step. so from here on out, guys, this is pretty much just like any other glue up. We'll just get everything laid out here, get it glued up and clamped off. But you can see I'm going to add a couple of solid splines between these to get the width we need. Now we just got to get all those sides glued up, laid down, and clamped together. So that's how we do it. It's just as easy as that. That's how we glue up a butcher block tabletop. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Come back this same time next week and we'll do it all over again. Later.